Uncensored Truth right here on ISBC Truth Channel with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith Baby. And if you are new to this channel, you just stumbled across this channel. If this is your first time here, stay a while. All you have to do is simply hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button is a bell. Hit that bell so you can be notified when we drop this breaking news on you. Next to that, there is a like button. Hit that like button so we can stay lit. And don't forget, if you want to join our exclusive VIP membership, you can do so by simply hitting that blue join button right there next to the subscribe button. You get free t-shirts, free coffee mugs, much, much more. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Marvin Winans Perfecting Church sued by Detroit over stalled church project.
He was sued by Detroit
Yes.
over stalled church project? Probably
Yeah.
because that church is an eyesore. Probably because the church is all run down and is half complete and is messing up the street.
Oh, it don't look bad from here to me.
It don't?
No.
Is it big?
Yup.
Why is it stalled? You know what I'm saying? I guess the Lord really wasn't with him.
It's been under construction for 18 years.
Damn, I guess the Lord really wasn't with him.
Yeah.
Hey, you can tell who the Lord is with and who the Lord is not with. Because wouldn't you think the Lord would have been done built that damn church? You said it's been under construction since how long?
18 years.
18 years. Your church has been under the construction for 18. What's wrong? You ain't got enough donations? You ain't got enough congregations? Huh?
Fence all around it.
He ain't got enough members to give him donations to help fix the church. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we, ISBC, don't depend on members to sustain us. We depend on the Lord. We depend on the Most High. That's why we've been in ministry probably longer than he have. You know what I'm saying? Sister man, we've probably been in ministry as long as this man has been in ministry.
I don't know, because Winans been around for a long, long time.
How long?
When my kids were little.
Oh, but was he preaching?
Oh, no, he wasn't preaching. He was singing.
Oh, he was singing. When did he start preaching?
Yeah.
So when did he start preaching?
When he started preaching, it must have been around 2003, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, we definitely been in ministry as longer than him, sure enough have. You know what I'm saying? He was singing. He was singing with a on a record label. He was signed to a record label.
Yeah, him and his brothers.
Ooh. Your success only depended on you being in a group signed to a label. That's once you no longer was signed to a label, your success ends. That don't mean you continue on trying to build a church. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know he wasn't anointed. Because if he was anointed, then wouldn't you think this church would have been and got built?
Mm-hmm.
Or he would be still preaching. Go ahead.
Okay. On the Facebook page of Perfecting Church in Detroit, Michigan, an artist rendering of a construction project described as the future home of the congregation led by Grammy-winning gospel singer Marvin Winans forecast a vision of grandeur.
Oh, that was his vision.
Mm-hmm.
That was his vision.
Mm-hmm.
You see, people, our vision comes to nothing. That was his vision. Just to show you that, you know what I'm saying, you are not your own. We ought to do thus say the Lord. What you think or what you might think that is good, it might not be good for the Lord. The Lord may not have that for you. So he had a vision to build his church, and his vision came to nothing.
Right.
Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Go ahead.
The future home of the famed pastor's congregation, located on a sprawling piece of private real estate at the corner of Woodward Avenue and West 7th Mile Road, was set to feature a 4,200 seat auditorium for worship, a 35,000 square foot administration building, a thousand space parking facility, and 70 condos costing 60 million. Condos, that's what I meant to say. Costing 60 million, more than 18 years after construction on that dream began. However, the property remains a symbol of delight in the community. Winans might now be forced to give up on his dream on or finish it after the city of Detroit called the property a massive example of blight and misuse of land, and asked a judge to declare it a nuisance in a lawsuit filed last week, according to Detroit Metro Times. The Christian Post reaches out to Perfecting Church for comments on Tuesday, but spokesperson Mario Morrow did not respond by press time. We are shocked and extremely disappointed that the city would take this course of action in the dark of the night.
What are you shocked for? They gave you 18 years. How long you want them to give you? Listen, if you ain't got yourself together within 18 years, you can wrap it up. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Sister Smith, if 18 years ago I was supposed to be building a church, and here we is in 2023, if that church ain't built yet, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
I think we should just leave that alone, sell the land.
Yeah. Leave it alone.
If
You know what I'm saying?
we can't get it together, we sell it to somebody else who might do something else with it.
Yeah, because you don't need that church. You can, you know what I'm saying, demolition that church and just put a couple of chairs and some tents, you know what I'm saying, and preach. You don't need a building. You know what I'm saying? Demolition of land and just put a couple of chairs in a row, you know what I'm saying? And put a tent, you know what I'm saying? Put some porta potties on there. People gotta use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? And preach and teach the people. Don't have to be extravagant. Don't have to be big like that. That's not the Most High's will. That's your will. That's your stupid ego. Go ahead.
We are shocked and extremely disappointed that the city would take this course of action in the dark of the night, and in our opinion, not acting in good faith, Wyman said. The city argued that when it sold the land to Perfecting Church in March 2005 for $13,000, it was with the expectation that it would be fully developed. The beautiful cathedral, surrounded by buildings and landscapes that really would have thrust that entire neighborhood, brought it back to the next level, didn't take place. Detroit City Attorney Conrad Mullick eliminated.
You know, Sister Smith, what is Marlon Winans doing now? Is he still preaching, or is he waiting for the church to get built?
I don't know.
Because the Lord's work do not wait.
Right.
You should not supposed to be, we just waiting for the church to get built, then we're going to start preaching. No, Marlon Winans should be, if he's an authentic preacher, all of that time he was waiting for the church to get built, he should have been every Saturday out there on the street corners preaching. That's what he should have been. This how you know that these damn prosperity pastors are weak, and they damn leeches, and they frauds, and they scammers. What? Ask for all you congregation members of Marlon Winans. You know what I'm saying? See, what have he been doing ever since he been waiting for this church to get built? What has he been doing? Has he been preaching? Because if you're a preacher, the Bible says be instant in season and out of season. Just because you don't have a church don't mean you don't supposed to preach. Go ahead.
Okay. The beautiful cathedral surrounded by buildings and landscape that really would have thrust that entire neighborhood, brought it back to the next level, didn't take place. Detroit City Attorney Conrad Mullet laminated in a Local 4 interview last month. The city further alleged that the property was cited for numerous violations after an inspection in July 2022 and has yet to significantly address them. Wyman disputes this charge, however. Perfecting Church has been in constant discussion with the city of Detroit, and we believe we are up to date in addressing all matters of concern posed by the city, he told Detroit Metro Times. While the city has sought to have the court strip Wyman and his church of the property, Malik told Fox 2 last month that he doesn't believe Wyman will walk away from the investment the church has made so far in the property. I do not see Bishop Wyman or Perfecting Church walking away from a $5 million to $8 million facility, he said. That's it.
Oh, Lord, you better go ahead and walk away. Walk away, because it ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, go ahead and demolition that damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Give me the key. I'll demolition it myself. You know what I'm saying? Give me the key. Give me the bulldozer. I need Sister Smith to drive it for me, though. We'll bulldozer the thing. You know what I'm saying, Sister Smith? Bulldozer that thing. Knock that thing down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ says, not one brick shall be laid on top of another. You know what I'm saying? When Detroit get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a big-ass church to be preaching. You know what I'm saying? All you need is a Bible, a camera, and you go to them street corners and you wake up the people. That's it. Did the disciples have big churches?
No.
No. Christ says, go out to the highways and hedges and bid them to come to the supper. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that don't receive you, dust the dust off your feet. It's worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Anyway, that's news. Why then? Go smoke some crack. I want to thank you all for tuning in and logging on to another edition of ISBC Truth Channel, right here on ISBC Truth, with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, co-host,
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith, baby. And if you are new to this channel, you just stumbled across the channel, if this is your first time here, stay a while. All you have to do is simply hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button is a bell. Hit that bell so you can be notified when we drop this breaking news on you. Next to that, there is a like button. Hit that like button so we can stay lit. Hit that like button so we can stay lit. And don't forget, people, you can sign up to become an exclusive VIP member. You can do so by simply hitting that join button, that blue join button right there next to the subscribe button. You get free t-shirts, free coffee mugs, and much, much more becoming a VIP member. Till next time, on to the next. On to the next one. On to the